There's a food that tastes exactly like bacon, not similar to bacon, not reminiscent of bacon, not pretty good for a substitute, exactly like bacon, the same smoky flavor, the same crispy texture, the same savory depth that makes bacon the most craved food in America, the same sizzle in the pan, the same aroma that fills a kitchen and makes everyone ask what you are cooking. This food is not made from pigs. It has never been near a pig. It contains no animal products of any kind. It grows in a cardboard box, in your closet, in your basement, in any dark corner of your home. It grows from waste. From coffee grounds you throw away, from cardboard you recycle. From materials that cost nothing because they are garbage, it grows fast. You set it up in 8 minutes. You harvest in 14 days. You harvest again in another 14 days. And again and again. The same box produces bacon for months. It grows unlimited. One setup produces pounds of bacon. Multiple setups produce more pounds. There is no cap on production except the space you dedicate. This food contains more protein than eggs, more potassium than bananas, more antioxidants than most vegetables, 0 cholesterol, 0 saturated fat, a fraction of the calories. It is healthier than bacon in every measurement. It tastes identical to bacon by every account. It costs less than bacon by any calculation, and the meat industry has made sure you never learned how to grow it. Because if Americans knew they could grow unlimited bacon at home, the $20 billion bacon industry would collapse overnight. Today, we are opening the file on the bacon you grow in a cardboard box, the food that tastes like meat but grows like a plant, the 8-minute setup that produces unlimited protein, and the industry that has hidden the most delicious secret in your garbage. If this matters to you, subscribe and hit the bell. The file is open. In 2011, a chef in San Francisco made a mistake that would threaten a $20 billion industry. His name was Derek Sarno. He was developing plant-based menu items for a restaurant group. He was trying everything: tofu tempeh, seitan, jackfruit. Nothing satisfied customers who wanted bacon. The texture was wrong, the flavor was off, the experience was missing. One day, he received a shipment of mushrooms, king trumpet mushrooms, large and meaty, intended for another dish. He sliced one lengthwise, planning to grill it. The slice was thin, about the thickness of bacon. He noticed the fibrous texture looked remarkably like meat. On impulse, he seasoned it with smoked paprika, soy sauce, and maple syrup, the same flavors used in bacon curing. He fried it in a hot pan until crispy. He bit into it. He stopped chewing. He looked at the mushroom slice. He took another bite. He called his colleagues over. He made them taste it without telling them what it was. "This is the best bacon I've ever had," one said. "Where did you get it?" Derek showed them the mushroom. They did not believe him. They thought he was joking. Mushrooms could not taste like bacon. It was impossible. It was not impossible. It was chemistry. The king trumpet mushroom contains compounds called glutamates in concentrations that rival aged Parmesan cheese. Glutamates are responsible for umami, the savory depth that makes meat taste like meat. When king trumpet is sliced thin and fried at high heat, the Maillard reaction creates hundreds of new flavor compounds. The same reaction that makes bacon delicious makes mushroom bacon delicious. The fibrous texture of king trumpet mimics the texture of meat. When cooked until crispy, it develops the same crunch that bacon develops, the same snap when you bite, the same yielding chew. Add smoky seasoning, and the resemblance becomes uncanny. Derek Sarno had not invented something new. He had discovered something ancient that no one had thought to exploit. Humans have eaten king trumpet mushrooms for over 2,000 years. The Greeks called them the food of the gods. Mediterranean and Asian cuisines featured them for millennia. But no one had sliced them thin, seasoned them like bacon, and fried them crispy. No one had realized that the most convincing bacon alternative was growing in forests and farms around the world. Derek began serving mushroom bacon at his restaurant. Customers could not believe it was not pork. Meditors preferred it to regular bacon. The flavor was cleaner, the texture was better, and they did not feel heavy after eating it. Word spread. Food media covered it. Derek developed products for mass market. He created Wicked Kitchen, a brand dedicated to plant-based foods featuring mushroom bacon. The meat industry noticed the American bacon market generates approximately $20 billion per year. This includes retail bacon, food service bacon, and bacon used as an ingredient in other products. It includes premium brands, commodity brands, and everything in between. $20 billion per year. From one product, from one cured part of one animal, the industry has one existential fear: a replacement that tastes as good. People do not eat bacon because pigs are fascinating. They eat bacon because bacon tastes incredible. The flavor is the product. If another food provides that flavor, the pigs become irrelevant. Every plant-based bacon before mushroom bacon failed the taste test. Tempeh bacon was fine, but clearly not bacon. Coconut bacon was interesting, but obviously coconut. Seitan bacon had texture, but lacked depth. Mushroom bacon is different. In blind taste tests, consumers cannot reliably distinguish mushroom bacon from pork bacon. Some prefer the mushroom version. The taste test that protects the industry fails against mushrooms. This is existential. If consumers cannot taste the difference, they will choose based on other factors: price, health, ethics, environment. Mushroom bacon wins on every factor. Price: homegrown mushroom bacon costs pennies per serving. Commercial pork bacon costs dollars. Health: mushroom bacon has zero cholesterol, minimal fat, and high nutrients. Pork bacon is linked to heart disease, cancer, and obesity. Ethics: mushroom bacon involves no animal suffering. Pork bacon requires industrial slaughter of 130 million pigs annually in the United States alone. Environment: mushroom bacon can be grown on waste products with minimal water and zero land clearing. Pork production is among the most environmentally destructive industries on Earth. The only advantage pork bacon has is taste. Mushroom bacon eliminates that advantage. The industry cannot allow this knowledge to spread, so they ensure it does not spread. Food media depends on advertising from meat companies. Agricultural education is shaped by meat industry funding. Cultural messaging reinforces that bacon means pork and alternatives are inferior. The suppression is not conspiracy. It is economics. Money flows to media that serves industry interests. Knowledge that threatens industries does not receive promotion. Derek Sarno's discovery has been available since 2011. Over a decade later, most Americans have never heard of mushroom bacon. They continue buying pork, believing no alternative exists. The alternative exists. It grows in cardboard boxes, and you can set it up in 8 minutes. The king trumpet mushroom is the ideal bacon substitute. Scientific name: Pleurotus eringi, also called king oyster, royal trumpet, or eringi mushroom. Native to Mediterranean regions, North Africa, and the Middle East. The mushroom is mostly stemmed. Unlike button mushrooms or shiitakes, which are mostly cap, king trumpets develop thick, meaty stems that can grow 6 inches long and 2 inches in diameter. This stem is where the bacon comes from. The stem structure is composed of tightly packed fibers, running lengthwise. When sliced vertically into thin strips, these fibers create a texture remarkably similar to muscle tissue. The cell walls contain chitin, the same compound that gives lobster and shrimp their satisfying bite. When cooked, chitin provides resistance that mimics meat texture. The moisture content is high, approximately 90%. During cooking, this moisture evaporates, concentrating flavors and creating the crispy exterior that defines good bacon. The glutamate content is exceptional. At 180 milligrams per 100 grams, king trumpets rival foods known for intense umami. This natural MSG provides the savory depth that makes bacon irresistible. When combined with smoke flavor, sweetness, and fat, king trumpet becomes indistinguishable from pork bacon to most palates. But the king trumpet has advantages pork cannot match. Nutritionally, there is no comparison. A serving of pork bacon contains 540 milligrams of sodium, 12 grams of fat, including 4 grams saturated, 30 milligrams of cholesterol, and 160 calories. A serving of king trumpet mushroom bacon contains 180 milligrams of sodium from added seasoning, 3 grams of fat from cooking oil, 0 cholesterol, and 45 calories. The mushroom version has fewer calories, less fat, no cholesterol, and lower sodium. You can eat 3 times as much for the same caloric intake. Additionally, king trumpets contain ergothioneine, a powerful antioxidant that protects cells from damage. Pork contains none. Beta-glucans, compounds that support immune function and lower cholesterol. Pork contains none. Vitamin D, when exposed to sunlight or UV light, one of the few non-animal sources of this essential nutrient. B vitamins, including riboflavin, niacin, and pantothenic acid. Levels comparable to meat, potassium at levels exceeding bananas. Essential for heart health and blood pressure regulation. The mushroom that tastes like bacon is also healthier than most vegetables. The food that satisfies meat cravings also satisfies nutritional requirements. This combination is what terrifies the meat industry. A product that offers everything bacon offers, plus health benefits, minus the ethical and environmental costs. Growing king trumpet mushrooms at home is absurdly simple. The traditional method uses sterilized grain or sawdust, pressure cookers, and careful sterile technique. This method works but intimidates beginners. The cardboard method eliminates the complexity. Cardboard is an ideal mushroom substrate. It is made from wood pulp, which contains the lignin and cellulose that mushrooms naturally digest. It is already partially broken down by the manufacturing process. It holds moisture well, and it is free. King trumpet mushrooms thrive on cardboard supplemented with coffee grounds. The coffee grounds add nitrogen that accelerates growth, and coffee grounds are also free. The materials you need: a cardboard box, any size works. Shoebox sized is good for beginners. Larger boxes produce more mushrooms. Corrugated cardboard, the wavy kind with ridges. Cereal boxes and similar flat cardboard work less well. Coffee grounds, fresh from a coffee maker, collect from a local coffee shop. If you do not drink coffee, shops give them away for free. King trumpet, mushroom spawn, available online from mushroom suppliers. Costs $15 to $25 and provides enough for multiple grows. A spray bottle with water. The 8-minute setup, minute 1 to 2, tear cardboard into strips approximately 2 inches wide. Soak in water for 5 minutes while you prepare other materials. Minute 3 to 4, drain excess water from cardboard. It should be wet, but not dripping. Minute 5 to 6, layer wet cardboard, coffee grounds, and mushroom spawn in your box. Start with cardboard on the bottom. Add a thin layer of coffee grounds. Sprinkle spawn over the grounds. Add another layer of cardboard. Repeat until box is full. Minute 7, poke holes in the box sides for air exchange. About 6 to 10 holes, each the size of a pencil. Minute Y, close the box. Place in a dark location at room temperature P-75 degrees Fahrenheit and wait. The setup is complete. Total active time, 8 minutes. For the next 14 days, mist the inside of the box daily to maintain humidity. The cardboard should remain moist, but not soggy. Within days, white thread-like growth will appear. This is mycelium, the vegetative body of the mushroom. It will spread through the cardboard, digesting the cellulose and converting it into mushroom tissue. After 10 to 14 days, the mycelium will fully colonize the substrate. It will look like the cardboard is covered in white fuzz. At this point, the mushrooms are ready to fruit. Change the conditions to trigger fruiting, increase fresh air by opening the box, or moving to a more ventilated area. Maintain high humidity by misting frequently 2 to 3 times per day. Provide indirect light. Mushrooms do not photosynthesize but use light as a directional signal. A north-facing window or dim room is perfect. Within 5 to 7 days, small pins will form. These are baby mushrooms. They will double in size daily. Harvest when the caps begin to flatten from their initial curved shape. This is peak flavor and texture. Waiting longer makes them spongy. Cut at the base with a clean knife. The substrate will produce 2 to 4 more flushes, each about 2 weeks apart. A single box can produce mushrooms for 2 to 3 months. Harvesting king trumpets is not eating bacon. Processing is required. The transformation is simple but specific. Slice the stems lengthwise, as thin as possible. A mandoline works best. Target 2 to 3 millimeters thick, the thickness of commercial bacon. Thinner slices crisp better. Thicker slices remain chewy. Adjust to your preference after the first batch. Prepare the bacon seasoning. 2 tablespoons soy sauce or tamari provides salt and umami. 1 tablespoon maple syrup provides sweetness, 1 teaspoon. Smoked paprika provides smoke flavor, 1/2 teaspoon. Garlic powder, 1/4 teaspoon. Black pepper, 1 tablespoon. Neutral oil helps crisping and carries flavors. Mix these ingredients in a bowl. Toss mushroom slices in the mixture until evenly coated. Let sit for 5 minutes to absorb. Cook the bacon. Heat a large skillet over medium-high heat. Arrange mushroom slices in a single layer without overlapping. Cook without touching for 3 to 4 minutes until the bottom is deeply browned and crispy. Flip and cook another 2 to 3 minutes until the second side is equally crispy. Remove to a paper towel-lined plate. The slices will crisp further as they cool. The result is bacon. Crispy, savory, smoky, slightly sweet bacon. Bacon that shatters when you bite it. Bacon that makes your kitchen smell like a diner. Bacon that you grew in a cardboard box from garbage. Variations expand the possibilities. For maple bacon, increase maple syrup to 2 tablespoons. For peppered bacon, add 1 teaspoon coarsely cracked black pepper. For spicy bacon, add 1/2 teaspoon cayenne or a splash of hot sauce. For extra smoky bacon, add 1/2 teaspoon liquid smoke. Each variation produces bacon suited to different applications. Maple bacon for breakfast, peppered bacon for burgers, spicy bacon for sandwiches. The base technique remains the same. Slice thin, season boldly, fry until crispy. Commercial pork bacon costs $6 to $12 per pound, depending on brand and quality. A typical household consumes 2 to 4 pounds of bacon per month. Annual bacon expenditure, $150 to $600. King trumpet mushroom spawn costs $15 to $25. One package inoculates 5 to 10 boxes. Each box produces 1/2 to 1 pound of mushrooms per flush. Each box flushes 2 to 4 times. Total production per box, 1 to 4 pounds. Using free cardboard and free coffee grounds, total cost per pound of homegrown mushrooms, $1 to $3. Add $1 for seasoning ingredients, which are pantry staples. Total cost per pound of mushroom bacon, $2 to $4. Savings versus commercial pork bacon, 50 to 80%, but the economics improve further with scale. Once you have established cultures, you can propagate them indefinitely. Take a piece of colonized cardboard and add it to a new box. It becomes the spawn for the next generation. After the initial spawn purchase, the cost drops to nearly zero. Cardboard is free, coffee grounds are free, water is pennies. The only ongoing cost is your time. At scale, a dedicated space with 10 boxes in rotation produces 20 to 40 pounds of mushrooms per month, more than any household can consume. Enough to share with neighbors, sell at farmers markets, or simply enjoy abundance. The meat industry cannot compete with free. Their $20 billion depends on consumers not knowing that bacon grows in cardboard boxes, that the same satisfaction comes from garbage and spores, that the taste they crave requires no pigs. Every person who learns this method is a customer lost. Every household that grows mushroom bacon is revenue removed from industry ledgers. They need your ignorance. They have spent decades cultivating it. But ignorance ends when knowledge spreads. Coffee grounds are the perfect mushroom supplement. They contain 2% nitrogen by weight. Nitrogen is the limiting nutrient for mushroom growth. More nitrogen means faster colonization and larger yields. They are already sterilized. The brewing process heats grounds to temperatures that kill competing organisms. Fresh grounds can be used immediately without additional treatment. They have ideal moisture content. Fresh grounds are wet enough to support mycelium, but not so wet that they encourage contamination. They are free. The average American coffee shop produces 15 to 20 pounds of spent grounds per day. Most throw them in the garbage. Some offer them to gardeners. Almost none give them to mushroom growers because almost no one asks. One coffee shop's daily waste can support 10 to 20 mushroom boxes. A week of grounds can produce 20 to 40 pounds of mushrooms. A month of grounds can produce more mushroom bacon than a family eats in a year. This waste stream is invisible. It flows from coffee shops to landfills without anyone recognizing its value. The value is immense. Nitrogen supplements for mushroom cultivation cost $15 to $30 for commercial products. Coffee grounds provide the same supplementation for free. A small mushroom operation using coffee grounds has virtually no input costs. The spawn is the only expense. Everything else comes from waste. This is why the cardboard box method works. It converts waste to food with minimal intervention. It requires no infrastructure, no equipment, no expertise. It requires only knowledge that the meat industry prefers you lack. Pork production is environmental destruction. Raising pigs requires land for growing feed. That land is often cleared rainforest or drained wetland. The carbon released from destruction exceeds the carbon stored. Pigs consume 3 to 4 pounds of feed per pound of weight gained. That feed requires water to grow. Total water footprint of pork, approximately 600 gallons per pound. Pig waste concentrates in lagoons that leak into groundwater and rivers. The pollution creates dead zones in waterways and health crises in nearby communities. The 130 million pigs slaughtered annually in America produce more waste than the human population. This waste is not treated with sewage systems. It sits in open pits and spreads onto fields. The total environmental cost of bacon is hidden in externalities. The price at the register does not include the poisoned aquifers or the dead fish or the cleared forests. Mushroom production is environmental restoration. Mushrooms grow on waste. They convert agricultural byproducts and garbage into food. They require no new resources. The water footprint of mushrooms is approximately 5 gallons per pound, 100 times less than pork. Mushrooms produce no waste. The spent substrate is compost usable in gardens. The cycle closes completely. Mushrooms sequester carbon. The mycelium network stores carbon from the substrate in forms that persist in soil. Growing mushrooms is carbon negative. The environmental calculation is not close. One produces destruction. One produces restoration. One requires clearing forests. One requires saving cardboard. The choice seems obvious. The industry ensures you never see it as a choice. Imagine a neighborhood where every household grows mushroom bacon. The cardboard that currently fills recycling bins becomes substrate. The coffee grounds that fill garbage bags become supplements. The closets and basements that store junk become production facilities. Each household produces 5 to 10 pounds of mushrooms per month, more than they can eat. They share with neighbors. They trade with friends. They sell at community markets. The grocery store bacon aisle sees fewer customers. The pork industry sees falling demand. The factory farms that confine millions of pigs in misery see their business model collapse. This is what they fear. Not one person growing mushrooms. Millions of people growing mushrooms. A movement that transforms waste into abundance and eliminates the need for industrial meat. The fear is rational. The scenario is plausible. Mushroom cultivation is easier than gardening. It requires no outdoor space, no good soil, no favorable climate. Anyone with a cardboard box and a closet can produce food. The knowledge is the only barrier, and knowledge spreads. Every person who learns to grow mushroom bacon teaches others. Every household that succeeds inspires neighbors. Every cardboard box that produces food demonstrates possibility. The industry has money. They have advertising. They have political influence. But they cannot stop knowledge from spreading once it begins. You have spent more than 8 minutes watching this video. In that time, you could have set up a cardboard box that produces unlimited bacon. You could have taken the first step toward eliminating your bacon purchases forever. Toward eating healthier while satisfying cravings. Toward converting garbage into food. You did not, because you did not know. Now you know. The cardboard in your recycling bin is substrate. The coffee grounds in your garbage are supplement. The spawn available online for $20 is the only purchase required. 8 minutes of work, 14 days of waiting, months of production. The meat industry hopes you forget this video, hopes you continue buying what you could grow, hopes the convenience of the grocery store outweighs the simplicity of a cardboard box. They hope because hope is all they have. They cannot stop you from collecting cardboard, cannot stop you from obtaining spawn, cannot stop you from stacking materials in a box and misting them daily. They can only hope you choose not to. The choice is yours. $20 billion per year flows from consumers to the bacon industry, from people who believe bacon requires pigs, who believe bacon requires factories, who believe bacon must be purchased. You now know bacon grows in cardboard boxes, requires no pigs, requires no factories, requires 8 minutes and patience. The knowledge changes nothing until you act on it. 1 box, 1 attempt. 1 batch of mushroom bacon frying in your kitchen, filling your home with the aroma that used to require a pig's death. The industry spent decades ensuring you would never know. Now you know. What you do with the knowledge is your choice. 8 minutes, unlimited bacon. No pigs, no smoking. Just cardboard, coffee, and the secret they never wanted you to learn. If this video helped you, subscribe and hit the bell. Every share teaches what cost them $20 billion to hide. The next video opens soon.